On first down, it's Webb. Completes this one to Meredith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. I ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I had missed him, it would have gone all night.
He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Webb. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
On the ground, Michelle, and he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Second down, Rivers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A very solid gain of 27. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First carry for Thomas Rawls. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Okafor in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
Working out of the gun, Rivers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Here we go now. Green 39, green 39. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And going deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
First down, this is Rawls. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On second down, Rawls. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Second and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the dual threat man. This is DJ Foster. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Hey, Rocket. 5-4.
First down, Rivers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18, and that's incomplete.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense because you got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, though, give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
White. Buffalo Wall.
3rd and long for Rivers. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now Rivers going back to Moore. This time he's got it complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead. Gano out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? And maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
They'll hand to Rawls. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, here's Rivers. And that is incomplete.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, Kamara. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first, here's Washington. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by K'Wan Short.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be taken down inside Carolina's 15. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 49 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Adams. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To throw on 2nd down, here's Webb. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. A give. This is Kamara. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. And Lutz puts this one through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confident. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there for Carolina. 59 yards. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. A 1st down carry for Foster. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Another run, but this time it's Rawls. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, Rivers. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Around the NFL, they're in the second quarter at Lambeau. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Webb now from the gun. That's caught by Meredith right side. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he gets it down to the 32. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Webb. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Washington on 3rd and short. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And he's got it. It's caught. zone touchdown, New Orleans. Cameron Meredith, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Looks good on the extra point, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Rivers now on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. To throw on 2nd down. Rivers. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Gano's kick is right through. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. is up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The second quarter score, meanwhile, down in Arizona. And that one a 2-touchdown advantage now for the Seahawks. That'll be a game to monitor as we go along. Rivers on first down. He's going to air one out. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They give it to Rawls. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. They'll try to get something going with Ty Montgomery. And he powers his way up past the 30. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Webb. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Check 59.
To throw on 3rd down. Webb. And that's caught by Smith. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3 and out.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now a play fake here on first down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And he'll go down at the 28. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Adams. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Lutz's kick is good. And that will tighten this one up a bit. Now a one-score game at 20-13. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start on the ground with Foster. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Play action now. Rivers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. Operating from the gun, Rivers. He sets to fire deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Webb. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Dante Jackson picks it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Some breathing room. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Following the penalty, it's Walls. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here you go, man. Hurry up! Fight!
A 10th carry for Thomas Rawls. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners, keep moving it, keep grinding clock.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The Panthers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Rivers. He's going to go deep for Funchess. This is caught inside the 15. And they will finally catch him, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And what can they do here on 2nd and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. The give to the fullback on the dive. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal.
180. 12.
To throw, Rivers. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano out to kick this one away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Webb now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd down. Webb. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Green 39.
From the gun on 3rd down. Webb escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
He may try and run for this. He's got a 1st down and then some inside the 40.
Okay, we've seen plenty of games. We've been there before. They thought they had this one over with. If they could have stopped them right there on that down, now they've got to continue to play. That's going to be tough.
That's tough because it was such great coverage. They had them blanketed, especially there in the secondary, but, hey, took off and found a way. On 1st and 10, Webb. Webb can't escape as he goes down. Mario Addison in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Operating from the gun, Webb. On the crossing route, complete. That's Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are back within a score. Lutz will look to add the extra point. Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive begins with a run by Rawls. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Hey, left.
They go play action. Rivers. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Rivers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A running play for Rawls. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Rivers looking left side. That's caught by Moore. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Still shedding tackles. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space. But there's still a spot for power football, and we just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to the ground on 1st. Again, it's Rawls. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. The busy afternoon continues for Rawls. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Rivers to throw. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Give him 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter down in Arizona. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. They go with Washington to begin the drive. And he stopped immediately there. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
second down now. Adams, powerful running. He finds an opening past the 40. And now running right through it. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Detroit! Detroit!
Following the penalty, Montgomery. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves him with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
On 3rd down, it's Adams. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.